What's going on, guys? Roadkill here. I'm the #1 Raccoon player in the world. Like, actually. I wanted to make a Rocket matchup tier list. I made a video similar to this. I think it was back in either Season 0 or even Season 1 or 2, but this game has changed so drastically. It's just unrecognizable. From balance changes to new characters being added, to Rocket being buffed and nerfed and changed all around. His mobility has been just thrown in the trash at this point. I can't even lie. And he's just been forced into a heal bot playstyle. Before he had the option, but now they've... Anyways, that's besides the point. Again, I'm here to make a tier list for these matchups. So I got them all pretty well ordered, I think. The easiest one, I'm doing it top to bottom. I don't know how well that's gonna read, but I think it's good. But anyways, the top being the easiest, I could win if I had all 4 limbs cut off. Pretty self-explanatory. These characters pose actually no threat to me, and I could kill them while I keep my entire team alive while they're on critical. It's generally just not a fight. Easy street, I'm kicking my feet back and forth when they try to find me. These are the matchups where it's like I'm really hoping that the enemy team, number 1, picks this character, and number 2 is stupid enough to try and come after me with that character. Yeah. And so then there's the next one. You know, I don't know why you thought this would work against me. This is like the, okay, dude, we're in, you know, Grandmaster, Celestial, Eternity. You should know better than to try and come at me with this character. Then close matchup, but I'm pretty confident. It's these are the ones where you kind of do have to like sit up in your seat. You might actually have to like look away from your team to like fully focus on this fight, but you can pull it off. I'd rather avoid this fight if possible. This is just like, I try and make sure this person doesn't know I exist, and if they try and come after me, I try and just stay away from them in general, and be as elusive as possible. Gun to my child's head. I don't know if I can do it. This is the, like, if I have my entire team cheering me on, money on the line, I'm trying my hardest. There is like there might be like just no chance for me to win here, like no matter what I do. And finally, we have run on sight. This is the, if I'm stupid enough to try and fight this person, I will die. There is no scenario where I win this fight. So now that I got all that out of the way, there are very few characters that go onto this area because, frankly put, the vast majority of the characters in this game are really good. But the one that comes to mind is Squirrel Girl. I don't think Squirrel Girl is too bad. Like, on a tier list, I'd have her be like C to B tier. So yeah, because Brawl's really good right now. Like, Hulk's being played a lot, and like a lot of these dive characters being played a lot, especially dive tanks, and she's just really good against them. But anyways, again, just for the purposes of 1v1ing Rocket, she genuinely can't do anything. Rocket's too small, her projectiles are arcing and too slow to hit him. Her one ability that she uses to try and get away from you, she's just in like this linear arc where it's just, ooh, and it's super slow. She can't hit you, she can't get away from you, and there's just nothing she can do. I literally just, there's nothing a Squirrel Girl can do against you. Now, the rest of these, I'm very much thinking about putting someone like Hulk or Groot, or Hulk or the Thing in, you know, this category. However, both of these guys do have a trick up their sleeve that could really mess you up. The Thing with his grounding, like for like 5 seconds and all that stuff, and very much like a lot of CC. And the Hulk, his bubbles plus the ability to like jump you and like knock you out of the air, that could get you killed in the fight. And so because of that, you do kind of have to be wary. So I'm not entirely, I'll put them both here. They're both just ridiculously large hitboxes. The vast majority of the time, these guys have like no chance in killing me, and I hope for days where these guys would try and like 1v1 me or isolate the Raccoon. they get shredded like ridiculously easily. That being said, let's see, is there anyone else within S tier? I will put Mag here. If I'm gonna order this, then like from the easiest and then all the way down here would be the hardest. Yeah, so far I'd say something like this. Magneto, he's just a poke character. You outmaneuver him so easily. Only thing he has against you is that shield window thing, and then there's the bubble, and you just destroy it, and then you just shoot him for free. There's nothing he can do, like, at all. I don't really know what else to say. He just stands there while you just shoot him. He's got no movements. You just like shoot him in the face while he slowly tries to get away from you. It's just there's nothing there. But you know, we don't have to be too rigid. I can always just move people. With that said, I think I'll put Iron Man and Wanda here. So I haven't said her name in so long. I forgot. Oh my gosh, how did I forget? Penny as well. So I guess I'll go but into these one by one. Yeah. It was hard to, yeah, I'd say it like this. I think that's good. As for just Iron Man, like, in order for him to like win a fight against you, he has to be playing like Sniper Iron Man and just peppering you from afar. But then you can just heal yourself through it. So then, and so I should like say, all of these fights are within like the context of like you're in like there's no outside interference basically. No one gets the drop on the other, and you both just start looking at each other from like 10 meters apart or something like that. Then they say go, and you guys start fighting. That being said, Rocket's bullets travel extremely fast now, and so like the thing that like kept Iron Man that he had some hope was that maybe the Rocket player just can't cope with how slow his bullets travel. That's not a thing anymore. He just does too much damage, and Iron Man just like he just loses even with the laser, he just loses the 1v1. Rocket's too small, too fast, does too much DPS, and can self heal. Wanda is slightly harder. However, the thing is, she also just has no self. Okay, so the only part of her kit that matters against Rocket is the stun, not the stun, the suck ability and her flight, the thing that turns her intangible. For obvious reasons, the suck ability gets rid of Rocket's, what's the word, mobility advantage, because it doesn't matter where he goes, she's automatically locked onto him. And obviously the fade ability, you just can't shoot her. However, the problem is that once the fight starts, she can't heal herself, so you shoot her a little bit and then she fades away, but then you just follow her where she's going to be, and then you just shoot her, and then she tries to fade away again, you follow her and shoot her. You always have the advantage because whatever little amount of damage she does to you, you just heal back. It's really that simple. Penny, Penny's a big hitbox. I'm actually gonna give Penny the advantage here. I'm gonna say the fight starts with her like within her own like little room, and she's like got her nest set up. It doesn't matter. I just dodge back and forth, shoot the nest, and then push her. I can dash through whatever mine she lays down and trigger all the mines and just not get hit. To like, you know, disable the mine. Penny's just a giant hitbox, and you shoot her in the face and she dies. It's really that simple. Let's see, who else? I think I'll put Ultron here, because the only way Ultron gets like any lower, which would be harder on this list, is if the fight starts with him like really like sniper distance far away. But again, we're in like a white room and we're starting relatively close. Rocket's DPS is just better. So the thing is that Ultron does have, I think he has two abilities that give him like overshield. It might also heal him, I'm not entirely sure, I never played the character. So he's got some form of heal, but Rocket's is just better. Rocket is just way higher DPS and Ultron's slow. So yeah, not much he can do there. I'm gonna put Groot in B tier. He can be like here. I mean, no, I won't even say that. So his Ironwood wall, I think, gives him like a lot of over shield, and he can place 2 more walls down that just do damage to you. Rocket does want to be pretty up close, and Groot does too. And so Groot will just place his walls around you and, you know, burst you really hard because the walls will attack you as well. So he is a big hitbox, but he's got a lot of health, and it does take like a full clip plus one, or you know, a full clip and a half. You're just hitting all body shots. If you're hitting headshots, that's obviously different. Full clip and a half if you're hitting headshots. That takes like 3 to 4 seconds to, you know, dump all the ammo out of Rocket's gun. That's a long time for his walls to be like hitting it. But yeah, Groot is a relatively nefarious matchup. But usually I go in expecting to win. Let's see. Doctor Strange has been buffed recently, and his Maelstrom of Madness, the AoE ability, that is pretty threatening, but like it actually is like really threatening. But the thing is just you just outmaneuver him, he holds up a shield, you destroy the shield, and then he tries like flying around, and he like a big hitbox, you just shoot him a lot. You out heal, out damage, don't stay in his like Maelstrom of Madness range, and you're good. He is dangerous though in the essence of he can pretty quickly one-shot you, like pretty quickly. Like if you're super underestimating him. But normally you could probably pull it off. But anyways, I'm gonna try and move a little bit faster. You don't get much experience fighting Adams because he just isn't played enough. But the times I do fight him 1v1, I'd put him more towards, you know, it's getting harder. I think he's got 2 self-heal abilities, which both make him pretty tanky. He does a great amount of, I think he is hit scan. And so that does give him advantage over, you know, your gun, but you do have the mobility advantage. You do have the DPS advantage. He has the hit scan plus the tankiness advantage. So it is a close matchup, but most of the time I don't really look at an Adam and be like, oh dang, I gotta be careful, this is crazy. That being said, Raccoon, another, yeah, no, he only fits in beater. It's a mirror match. Just depends, it's just a skill check. Moving on, let's see who else. Storm is getting a bit more towards here. Oh, there. She has that one ability that's like if you are closer where Rocket wants to be, like strikes you with lightning, and her wind blades are pretty quick. So she strikes, I think it does like what 80 damage or something like that, and she just also can, and she just skinny hitbox as well. And she just like peppers you down, and it really is just like a, like slightly like you really gotta be like locked in, like you have to be like willing to like, all right, I'm gonna get struck by lightning and tank a little bit of damage here. But you can pull it off. It's just an annoying fight. Let's see who else. We'll get Rogue in here. Starting to get more towards hard. She is a tank, but her hitbox is kind of like on like, not like thin, but not like Groot or Strange, or you know, like these tanks or Venom. She is kind of more towards like the DPS side, but she does have damage reduction on her block. What, like 600 health? A pull that like pulls you into her and it kind of acts like CC, so where it kind of makes your mobility around her irrelevant. You're going to be fighting her in the area where she wants to be, which is close up because she's a melee character, in which she can just grab you and then just combo you. It is like a pretty difficult fight, but you can pull it off just like against these guys. Let's see, anyone else? Well, the reason I'm going so slow is I do like to do these videos in order. I'm gonna put Venom in. I'd rather avoid this fight. Venom is the biggest hitbox in the game, but he has 1700 health. It's just, you have to be shooting him for such a long. Okay, Rocket, all headshots, or all body shots, because his head is so small. We're just like, he's moving around back and forth. Ooh, you're not gonna hit me. Anyways, he's moving around back and forth. The safest thing to do usually is to just aim for his upper chest. You'll get some headshots, mostly body shots. Anyways, so he slams down, that's damage. Does the grab thing, that's damage, which slows you down. And if you like let him, and then he'll be like hitting you with the tentacles and meleeing, he could kill you like really fast. So when he comes to fight you and slams down, you have to go into the air to avoid that damage. Then he'll try and grab you with his tentacles. You have to run away to get out of range of that. Then you can fight him. And then it's a fight you'd rather avoid because he has 1700 health. So, but it is a fight you could like come out on top. So he's not like nowhere near down here. Trust me, there are characters. Punisher is in close matchup, but I'm pretty confident. He's a big hitbox. That's pretty much like, so it really like at the range you're fighting him, your gun may as well be hit scan. Whether he has his AR out or a shotgun, it really just comes down to who strafes better and who aims better. I know that kind of does go for everyone, but Punisher really is just like a kind of dangerous. Move better, aim better, and you got it under control. Oh, Moon Knight, I didn't even... I'm wanting to put him between like here and here. Most of the time is here. But, okay, so I'm gonna... Okay, so at the range you want to be fighting Moon Knight. He just throws an onk down and double right clicks, which gives him over health, and he does a massive amount of damage. And the more I talk about him, the more he starts sounding like here. Nice, he does a massive amount of damage, and if you're within the area of that onk, you could easily just get out of it. If you're within the area of that onk, your mobility doesn't matter. Even when you're not in it, his projectile speed is pretty fast enough to like track you within the area that you're fighting him in. It really is just a matter of like, it's just a close matter. Like I don't really know how to explain this. He does a lot of damage, gets over health. You do a lot of damage. Mobility is slightly negated here, and you can heal yourself. This is a close matchup. Yeah, we can go back to there if we really need to. Thor is on the list of fights I'd rather avoid. Maybe I'm just traumatized from my fights with Jeremy and Ragnarok. Those guys, it's like they're an entire separate boss battle that you gotta like undergo, like separate from like their own team. Like Thor is a big hitbox, but he gets so much overhealth or overshield. You could shoot at him for a long time and not be anywhere closer to killing him. And he just does a ridiculous amount of burst damage. Those lightning strikes, they're just deadly at the range you want to be fighting him at, and at the ranks I'm at, a lot of Thor players just don't really miss those. This is a long-winded, painful. If I win this, I got like bandages all over. I got like a swollen eye, missing teeth. Like there is no like I don't get a satisfying win against Thorns. Anyways, let's see. I would rather avoid this fight. I cannot lie. Number one, Dagger's bubble. Okay, I'll go point by point. They've got a very skinny hitbox, right? Then the bubble obviously is just passive healing, so you're not going to kill through that because number one, they're hard to hit. Number two, they're self-healing. Number three, Cloak pretty much counters a rocket in a lot of ways. Blinds you, your movement becomes irrelevant. It really is just kind of like a fight you'd rather avoid. But you can do it. Like I won't like be scared shaking in my boots if like it's overtime and me and Cloak and Dagger are the last ones. I could like pull it off if I really had to. That being said, there's someone I forgot about, Black Panther. Now I'll put him here. Black Panther thrives on you not being mobile, and Rocket is one of the most mobile characters in the game. I put him like maybe top 5. He is like, he's annoying because he just moves so fast. But you dodge his initial dashes, and then he's just kind of like trying to run away or walk away, and then you just like shoot him in the back. There are some Black Panthers who expect and know that you're going to dodge, usually upwards, and then they can, go back and forth in the sky, which is and can be pretty annoying, but 9 out of 10 times you're winning this fight. Let's see, who else? I'm starting to look at Mantis. Mantis is another, I'd rather avoid this fight. Maybe like more towards here. Mainly just because of her sleep. If she hits the sleep on you, which it does have a very forgiving hitbox, I'll say it like that. If she hits the sleep on you, like you pretty much just die. Because she can just damage boost herself and then headshot you, which I think almost does enough to kill you, and then she just has to hit one more shot and you're on the back foot. It's just not good for you. Man, Mantis is pretty tough. That hard CC for like 3 seconds does get you. Luna, I think I'll also put close matchup. The reason why it's more towards close matchup than for Mantis, even though they both do similar stuff, is because Luna's stun, you have to hit it. Mantis is like an AoE. You have to hit like the enemy for Luna, and you know Rocket's thing is dodging, and so it's not really something you have to worry too much about. You know that's going to be one of the first things they do, so you can just dodge it. Like I don't know, it really is just that simple. Next up we got Human Torch. Also in the I'd rather avoid this fight. His hitbox is genuinely, especially when he's doing like the melee tech, it's just he's just annoying to try and hit, and your bullets have travel time, so trying to track that is just an annoyance. Let's see who else. Loki, another one of these. I'd rather avoid this fight type deals going on. Like again, just the clones, the runes. He's just such a tedious task to kill. He does a lot of damage between the 3 clones. You try to like, you fight him, he makes 2 clones, or the 2 clones are already there, and all 3 of them start shooting you. And you try and get rid of the clones, or even kill him, and all 3 of them put down an immortality field. So I have to break 3 immortality fields, and then you can keep fighting a Loki. It's just a lot to deal with. Let's see who else. I think Hawkeye is gonna go in. I'd rather avoid this fight. Oh, I think right here. Like he's dangerous. Yeah, so he can one-shot you. That's it. Next up, who else? Blade. Put him more towards here. He can be kind of tricky, especially like when you guys start close up, which is where you kind of want to be. But he's just doing all these like sword flips and fancy stuff, and you just like hold left click on him, and then he has to block. But then you just keep shooting, and you just keep shooting, and you just keep. Rock has 45 bullets in 1 clip. It's I don't know what you want me to tell you. Black Widow is in. I would rather avoid this fight if possible. She's here. She's hit scan Hawkeye, and she has a stun. Where like you want to like as Rocky, you want to be close when you're fighting people. Unfortunately, being close is where Widow can combo you, and which will like means you die. Simply put. So yeah, Widow's just not a fun fight to engage with. Who else? I'm trying to go in order here. No, not anymore. Matchup is pretty close. I'm slightly harder than Rogue. He is a big hitbox. He runs at you with a shield, then you break the shield, and then he tries like fighting you, but you just shoot him. Again, just a big hitbox. No, I'd put him. I don't know. I'm really trying to be consistent here. How easy is this fight? Here? Groot harder than Cap. Yeah. And Cap harder than Strange. Yep, I agree with that. What else? Let's see. Wolverine is on the harder side. Towards here. You want to be up close. Up close Wolverine, drags you to the air, slams you on the ground for like 5 seconds, and then gets you to like 80 health. Then you can fight him. Or, you can dodge that and then shoot at him, and he has 700 health, and he keeps coming at you, and he keeps trying to shred you. It's just, I would rather avoid this matchup. Like that's it right here. Avoid this fight if possible. Yep. I think I'm gonna leave Deadpool out of this one. He's 3 characters and he's only been out for a couple of days. I cannot actually give a synopsis on that. If I were to like give a rating, maybe B for now. Most people don't know how to play this character. He can do a fair amount of damage, and he's good in close range. Yeah, if I were to place him, I'd place him like above Blade. I'll just place Deadpool here. No matter what role, I'd probably place him here. Okay, now we get into the more like really hard matchups. Actually, yeah, put Spider-Man there. His auto lock makes it so that your mobility does kind of become useless. The only thing you can do is when he auto locks onto you and pulls himself towards you, you kind of have to dash as he's coming to you. You're not going to be able to get away from his initial attack, but you might get away from his uppercut and then his next attacks. That's how you usually start off that fight with Spider-Man, and that's like the most difficult part. After that, it just does become a turn around and shoot him while he tries to awkwardly like flip in the air and hit you. He does do a lot of like burst damage, so that can be slightly scary. But if you just shoot him, I know it sounds stupid, but he has to leave. It really is that simple. Yeah, I think so far I'm doing really good. I think Magic is gonna go into here. Pretty mobile. Her portals are kind of easy to read though, but she's got that dash going on, and she does a lot of damage. That minion can mess you up if you're not paying attention. She gains a lot of what's the word? Bonus health on contact, so it is a fight that can go on for a long time. And if you are starting to win, she can just dash away. Where your bullets are not the best, like Rocket's damage fall off is aggressive, like it is really bad. If they're gonna nerf his movement so much, I really wish they'd like increase his bullet travel time or travel speed, or decrease the amount of fall off he has, because it is kind of annoying if people aren't like within like 2 steps of a firm handshake, like your bullets are just pea shooters now. But anyways, Magic's a rough fight, lots of damage, fair amount of mobility, regenerate shield, similar to Thor, except Thor's way less clunky. Now we get into the yeah, these are the really bad fights. Ooh, I don't even know how to rank this. I think these guys are all just okay. Okay, we'll start. I'll put Iron Fist here. These 3 do similar things. They all have this stuff in common. They really thrive in what's it called, close quarters combat, generate overhealth, and are very mobile. All similar to you. Except the thing is they're melee, so they kind of thrive in that area, whereas you don't as much. With Iron Fist having a block where you also just give him over shield and just negates damage. Pretty tough fight. I think that's everybody. Yeah, I'm gonna try. Okay, Mr. Fantastic, you want to be close to him. He wants to be close to you. Your healing is enough to. Sorry. I've been talking for too long. Your healing isn't enough to outdo whatever amount of like damage he does, like putting the paws on you. He just has a lot of health, invincibility for a couple seconds. That like big man, like muscle form or whatever, he's got like 700 health. He just has a lot of health and he does a lot of damage, and he really shuts down your mobility. He's a like overtime. People cheer him, survive a couple more seconds. I can't give you no guarantees, like for real. Yeah, Mr. Fantastic might even go up. Bucky, I think I'll put here. He does similar damage to Hela, except he also can just hook you and pull you close to him, where he can just like combo you pretty crazy. His uppercut doesn't ground you anymore. Or is that true? I have to look at the patch. I don't think it does anymore. It might still. I might just be misremembering. Regardless, similar damage to Hela. generating overshields, lots of CC, ridiculous character to fight. Yeah, he's a rough fight. I know you guys aren't going to like this, but Daredevil goes here. He's either here or here. Okay, Daredevil does a lot of just burst damage. Like a lot. But if the two of you... yeah, this is rough. Dude, you start the fight looking at each other. You just shoot him. You force him to like do that weird deflect thing he does. It's like that gives you like a chance to like slow everything down, heal yourself, and then just keep shooting. It sounds weird, but people who come at you, you just shoot them in the face because they're just walking straight towards you. It's really that simple. However, he does enough damage to where it's like Rocket's DPS might be too slow for you to pull that off before he kills you. That's what the problem. And again, a lot of these guys have something in common. Health generation. Health generation. For most of them for free. Rough fights there. Psylocke, you're here. Problem with Psylocke is she has really good mobility, like really good. Her dashes are like so much farther than you. She's so much faster. And like you can like, I put her here. I think I'll actually put her there. She's like a relatively small health pool. She's got like 2 really good dashes. And she does have a much farther effective range than you, but if you like dedicate yourself to fighting her, it is a fight that she is favored into winning, but you can pull it off. You're just likely not going to, and as such, you'd rather avoid this fight. But yeah, so now we're getting to the much harder fights. Yeah, I'm gonna try and go in order if I can. And the more is they're trying to steer him away from being a team up bot. But the more he's got a strategy against you, all he does is throw his 2 squids around you in 2 different spots, and then also just throws the spear at you. If you turn around and shoot him back, what he's going to do is he's going to go in his bubble. But then what happens is either so here are the 2 situations. You keep your eye on his bubble and you just, like, hey, I'm watching you. The moment you come out, I'm going to kill you. He just stays in the bubble and he just lets his 2 squids shoot you. Or you shoot the 2 squids in which he sees that and immediately comes out the bubble to finish you off while you're distracted and like, I don't know, 80 health. These squids. Hits you one time, you die. This is a checkmate combo to where it's like, you really have to just be like 3 steps ahead of him to like win this fight. Invis, I have a harder time against all these other guys in Invis. Rocket's gun just does so much DPS, her shield just becomes irrelevant. Yeah, no, I don't really have trouble with Invis. I'll put her up here. Yeah. Right there. That looks good to me. Yeah, her shield doesn't matter. Herself, like her jump doesn't matter. You just like move your mouse back and forth, and one of your bullets will hit her, and she's out in the open. You're better at close range there. If you push you away, you just dash back forward. That's the case. Spider-Man. I'd say I'm more scared of Spider-Man than Invis. So yeah, I'll place her there. Now we got. Are all these guys? Oh, Gambit. Gambit's not even... Oh, grabbed the wrong dude. Gambit, I haven't had too many... Mostly because I think I banned Gambit like 95% of my games. I cannot lie. Unless my teammates are playing Gambit, he's banned. However, a couple of times I played Gambit, or played against Gambit. I might have 1v1 this guy twice. I really don't have enough experience to say for sure, but the 2 times I have where it's just like no outside influence, we both just locked in on each other, started to fight. Gambit is pretty tough, but... He's got the dash, and I think he like self-healed himself one other way. Other than that, you're just a much better close range fighter than him. Put Gambit like up here. As weird as it sounds, because he's just so good as far as like the rest of the game goes. against Rocket, he's just not really too threatening of a fight. I think the rest of these guys are in the really hard to beat, so I'm gonna try and put this in as much order as I can. But for all intents and purposes, these guys are all like just up here the same. Okay, how do I put the least? Jeez. Okay. No, actually, I lied. Emma Frost is in a 1v1 scenario, just me and Emma Frost. She's either she's not harder to beat than Thor. She's right here. As far as she does have like a relatively bigger hitbox, slightly easier to hit, but she does have a lot of stuff that just negates your mobility. Or like Mind Crush thing that does a lot of damage to you and just negates your mobility. Then obviously her diamond form, you could just pour on damage to that thing and you will not get like, it'll take you like 3 clips of her, into her diamond form shooting her to kill her, in which she can easily just dash to you, slam you, just do the combo. She's really nefarious to fight, dude. I think now we finally have our first run on site. First run on site order. Star-Lord. He is a hit scan version of you who gets over shield when he dodges and is faster. He just does everything you do as far as DPS goes, just a lot better. And he can, get some shield on his dodges. So whatever progress you did make in the fight against him, just almost instantly becomes irrelevant. And I'm not even really complaining. Like, if he's the DPS like variation of Rocket, he should just be better as far as 1v1s go. So I'm not even really. I think Angela's slightly easier than Star-Lord, but Angela's very rough to fight. She is very, very rough to fight. Her spear, like fully charged, I think is like 120 damage. And then in her axe form, you're not gonna beat her. You will die before, like, you cannot win that 1v1. You really do just like bluff, like when she's flying at you, she's like, oh, don't get near me, I'll shred you. And you just shoot her a little bit, and then she gets down to like, I don't know, 350 health. She's like, oh, this guy's pretty tough. And so they either have a choice of calling your bluff or just continuing the fight. They can continue the fight, trying to hit you with the spear and all that stuff, the melee combo, the double axes. You're probably gonna lose. There aren't very many ways to win this fight. She's just got better mobility, really high damage, almost unbeatable in a 1v1. Okay. This is rough. Okay, so at first I was going to put Jeff like down here, but he does not fit the qualifications for run on site. The reason why he's gun to my head, I don't know if I can win this 1v1. Actually, I'll put Hella here. Yeah, I'll put Hella there. Not gonna lie. She's an easier fight than Mr. Fantastic. She's right here. Okay, so I gotta talk about Hella first and then Jeff. So the thing is with Hella, why she's a bit beneath Mr. Fantastic is number one, she's got a very linear escape method, which is her bird, which can only go in one direction, thank goodness. Beyond that, she is just the best. I'd say Phoenix is better. Anyways, she's just a ridiculously dangerous like hit scan to fight. In the sorry, I'm having trouble in speaking too long. But anyways, in the time it takes you to like kill her via body shots, she can get off 3 shots, which is, so if she just hits all body shots, it's a draw pretty much. However, if she hits even 1 headshot, you die. You have to be far better than the Hella has to be like in this 1v1 in order to like win. Just because your gun, is it better at close range? I don't really, and she has the stun too. This is a very rough fight for Rocket. She just kind of just she just explodes you pretty much. 1 headshot, body shot, stun, whatever. Like she just really like messes you up. You have to be like playing out of your mind in a close-up 1v1 with Hella to like win on Rocket. That being said, He's not harder than Mr. Fantastic. Mr. Fantastic has too much health and a invincible, great amount of damage. And counters your what's it called? Mobility with his grab thing. Namor puts you into an unwinnable situation where you either focus him and then his turrets kill you, or you kill a turret and then he kills you. Yeah, that being said, Jeff is up here because Jeff is the longest fight you will ever be in as Rocket. He's unhittable when he's in the ground, heals up, and then his water, like that water stuff, he will like he will kill you by 1,000 cuts. Like if you're gonna win, like this, like you will like just like Thor, you're gonna go like with bandages, like messed up eye, just like limping. You're gonna need like a cane afterwards. It takes so long to like 1v1 Jeff. It's just have you ever like seen like a Jeff v Jeff fight? How long those take? With Rocket, he's just slightly more at a disadvantage in that 1v1. Yeah, Jeff is hard to 1v1 as Rocket. Now we talked about Angela, we've talked about Star-Lord. Now we get into Jean. I genuinely cannot believe Jean wasn't nerfed. She is the most like DPS, like boost off this character DPS in the game. Instant teleportation, don't know where she's going. The flight, the stupid amount of damage she does. If you 1v1 her, you're pretty much stupid, because I don't mention very many other people's ults, but a very common, and I guess Hela can do this too, but you start talking about ults and you have to talk about everyone. However, this is standard strategy for Jean players. If you get past her ridiculous damage, if you get past her instant mobility, if you get past her stun, which I even forgot to mention, if you get past all that and you are genuinely outplaying her, she just ults. This is not like oh, anyone can ult. This is standard Jean strategy, standard. And then say you survive the ult, she comes back with full health and I think all her cooldowns. This is an unwinnable fight. If you win this fight against the Jean is trolling. I'm being so for real. Now, that's gonna be just the tier list. I'm pretty proud of how this looks. I think everything is where it should be. But yeah, that's the Rocket matchup tier list. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, even though there's just a ridiculous amount of ums in it. I'll see you guys next time.